The kudu is faster than you. It always has been. It always will be. Among 141 Indigenous North American societies surveyed in the 1930s and 1940s, 81% practiced persistence hunting, running prey to death on foot without weapons. So were ancient humans faster than us? Or were they something more dangerous than fast? You're probably framing this as a sprint question. It isn't. In 2004, Dennis Bramble at the University of Utah and Daniel Lieberman at Harvard published Endurance Running and the Evolution of Homo in Nature, a paper that identified more than 24 anatomical features in the human body that specifically enhance long-distance running and have no function in walking. The finding: endurance running is a derived capability of the genus Homo, originating approximately 2 million years ago. It shaped the human body. Our shortened forearms, our enlarged gluteus maximus, our slow-twitch muscle fibers, our hairless skin. None of these features make sense as adaptations for walking. All of them make sense as adaptations for running something to death in heat. In human terms, you are not built to be the fastest animal on the savannah. You are built to be the last one still moving. That distinction between peak speed and sustained thermal endurance changes everything about what ancient human performance actually meant. Fossilized footprints preserved in a claypan lake bed in New South Wales, Australia, dating to approximately 20,000 years ago, weren't just tracks. They were a minimum speed measurement taken under maximum resistance conditions. Barefoot, in wet mud, during a pursuit that required course corrections mid-stride. The individuals were moving at approximately 37 kilometers per hour, not on a rubberized track, not in performance shoes, in conditions that impose substantially higher energy costs than any modern athletic surface. This wasn't just evidence of speed. It was evidence of power output that has no modern athletic parallel outside elite sprinting. The nuchal ligament, a band of elastic connective tissue stabilizing the head during running, is present in dogs, horses, and humans, and absent in chimpanzees and gorillas. During running, the head pitches forward with each stride. Without passive stabilization, the neck muscles fire continuously to maintain gaze, burning energy on a function the ligament handles for free. This wasn't just anatomy. It was an energy conservation system built specifically for running, invisible in walking, and readable in fossils 1.9 million years old. The eccrine sweating system, approximately 2 to 4 million glands distributed across the body surface, is unique among mammals in its density and coverage. Most quadrupeds cool through panting, a mechanism locked to their stride frequency. Faster running requires faster breathing, but the efficiency of panting collapses at very high breath rates, creating a thermal ceiling the animal cannot run above without overheating. The counterintuitive detail: humans lost most of their body hair approximately 1.6 million years ago, not as a byproduct of something else, but as a direct adaptation for heat dissipation during running. The hairlessness was the weapon. The kudu has been running for 2 hours. So have you. It is faster over 50 meters, faster over 500, but at midday in the Kalahari, above 30 degrees Celsius, it cannot sustain more than a moderate pace for more than 10 to 15 minutes before thermal distress forces it to slow. You, sweating, hairless, tracking its footprints through sand. You can maintain contact at a pace your aerobic system handles without crisis. The kudu rests. You close. It runs again. You follow. Louis Liebenberg documented this in Current Anthropology in 2006. Sand hunters ran persistence hunts deliberately at midday in summer, not despite the heat. Because of it, the heat was the strategy. The hunt averaged 15 to 35 kilometers. No weapons required until the final approach, when the animal was too thermally compromised to flee. You read the footprints as you run. Depth changes. Gait pattern alterations, stride length shortening. These tell you the animal is approaching collapse before you can see it. The most effective hunters were not the fastest. They were the best readers of exhaustion. Speed was necessary. It was not sufficient. The ground is hard-packed earth, then sand, then cracked clay. Your feet read every surface change. No cushioning absorbs the impact. No cushioning changes the strike pattern, either. The Achilles tendon loads and releases with each stride, storing elastic energy that reduces the metabolic cost of the next footfall. The foot was built for this. It is doing exactly what it evolved to do. The air smells of dry grass and animal sweat. The kudu is close now. It has stopped. The first break came with agriculture, roughly 10,000 years ago. The persistence hunt required 15 to 35 kilometers of mixed-pace running several times per week as the unavoidable mechanism of food acquisition. Farming replaced running with digging, carrying, and planting. activities that load muscular strength but do not maintain the cardiovascular and thermoregulatory adaptations that endurance running requires. Within a few generations, populations that had run prey to death for hundreds of thousands of years were no longer running enough to maintain the relevant physiology. The second break was motorized transport, arriving between roughly 1800 and 1950. The specific capability lost was not sprint speed. That is determined by genetics and does not require maintenance, but sustained aerobic running capacity and heat-acclimated sweating efficiency. VO2 max, the measure of aerobic endurance capacity, declines without sustained training. The sweating system's onset speed and volume decrease in sedentary individuals. The WHO's 2022 Global Activity Report found 1.4 billion adults insufficiently active, and physical inactivity now ranks among the leading risk factors for global mortality. The hardware is intact, every feature Bramble and Lieberman identified: the nuchal ligament, the sweat glands, the slow twitch fibers, the elastic arch, is still present in every human body alive today. The software is not running. You drive to the gym to use a treadmill. They ran 30 kilometers before breakfast to eat. You monitor your heart rate to avoid overexertion. They ran into the hottest part of the day because the heat was the point. You have the body. Every feature of it was built to outrun a kudu in summer, barefoot, across 30 kilometers of open ground. The animal would still stop before you do. You've simply forgotten that you can run. This content is intended strictly for educational and documentary purposes. All scientific, anthropological, and biomechanical references are drawn from peer-reviewed research and named academic sources.